Welcome back to Walker Guitar. This lesson is Autumn Leaves, jazz traditional, that I've turned into a chord melody of sorts. This is going to be kind of a lengthy lesson and probably not one of my most straightforward, but I will do my best. It's quite difficult to be able to teach a chord melody because you have a melody, of course, and then you have a chord shape, and it's something about it is very difficult to just the learning process. And so I found certain like tools as I've gone through and arranged this and rearranged it and such that kind of help me. So the two basic rules I want you to remember as we go through this is there's a melody and then there's some chords. And so on the melody itself is I want you to always play the melody in position. And what that means is that as you say you have a little passage of melody and it spans 4 frets. So the very beginning I'll just demonstrate is you got these little chords at the beginning, and there's some notes that lead into the chords, and so you want to play those notes in position. So what that means is the first 4 notes, they span 4 frets. It's 10th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret, and then some chords. So I want you to try to approach this using your pinky on the first note, and I'm going to do close-ups piece by piece because I think that's the most effective way to teach this. And you'll see what I mean more, but just you want to remember that as we go through. So stay in position. So pinky first finger. The next rule is you actually kind of break the first rule if you need to, and you always have to play the final note of the melody with whatever finger would be included in the shape that's coming up. So in the case of our first example, we have a C minor 7 shape, and we're going to have to use our 3rd finger to play that 8th fret note because that finger is held over into the following shape. Okay, so that's the general rule, and it helps to keep your hands relaxed if you go by those 2 rules. So you always play in position, so you try to span the melody out within the natural fret space of each finger, and then you want to play the final note of each melody with whatever note would be found in the following chord shape. So you don't have to reposition and lose that note and have kind of a break of silence that sounds awkward. So I'm going to zoom up and do a close-up on all this, and let's dive on in, shall we? Welcome back to Autumn Leaves. So for the right hand, what we're going to do is the thumb is always going to get the notes on the low E and the low A strings. So whenever you need a bass note there for a chord, you're going to do it that way. First finger is always going to be on the 4th string. Middle finger is always going to be on the 3rd string. So anytime you have chords, our first 2 chords, for instance, are a C minor 7. I know you can't see the right hand very well, but you're going to be plucking this way, where thumb pulls down, fingers pull up, and those notes are on the 6th, the 4th, and the 3rd strings. The following chord is on the 5th, the 4th, and the 3rd strings. So the general idea is you have some symmetry. The first and the middle are always on the same 2 strings, and the thumb is alternating depending on where the chord shape's found. So that's the right hand. Now we're going to move to the left hand. I'm going to slowly play each example by piece, so you can put it together that way.